Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're diving into what has to be one of the absolute most captivating and controversial mysteries of the entire 20th century. We're talking about a story that sounds exactly like a plot ripped straight out of a sci-fi novel, but the wild thing is, it was actually presented to the world as absolute groundbreaking fact. We're going to unpack the source material surrounding a legendary device that supposedly broke the very rules of time itself.
So I want you to just take a second and ask yourself, what if you could just flip on a screen and watch the past unfold live? Imagine a device that doesn't just record the present day, but literally intercepts and broadcasts ancient historical events right in front of your eyes, exactly as they went down. Think about it. That would completely wipe out the biases of written history, right? You wouldn't just be reading about history anymore, you'd actually witness it. And well, that is the exact promise of the device we're exploring today.
All right, Section 1, a window to the past. Let's step back to the origins of this truly mind-bending claim and see exactly how this incredible narrative began to take shape.
The story kicks off in the 1950s. This is when a really fascinating figure steps into the public eye, an Italian priest named Father Pellegrino Ernetti. And Father Ernetti, he basically sent shockwaves around the globe when he boldly claimed that he, along with this highly secretive group of scientists, had actually pulled it off. They had successfully built an absolutely impossible machine.
Now, they called it the Chronovisor, but it wasn't a time machine in the traditional sense. You couldn't just hop into a pod and physically walk around in the past. No, Ernetti described it as this highly advanced observational viewer. Basically, it captured and decoded residual waves left behind by past events, turning the past into a live visual film. The whole theory hinged on the idea that every single event leaves behind a trace, like a specific energetic signature that just floats around waiting to be intercepted.
And the process he outlined was actually incredibly structured. Step 1, the device detects these invisible, lingering residual waves from historical events out in the environment. Step 2, it scientifically processes and translates those waves. And finally, Step 3, it broadcasts the past as a live film. If this was actually true, it meant anyone operating this thing could literally just tune in and watch ancient civilizations rise and fall, like as easily as you or I would watch a live TV broadcast today. Crazy, right?
Moving on to Section 2, Father Ernetti's invention. Because here's the thing, he didn't just claim this machine worked in theory, he famously claimed he actually turned the thing on and looked directly into antiquity. According to the incredible stories floating around, this machine successfully tuned in to some astonishing, monumental moments in human history. Ernetti claimed the device let him observe ancient civilizations and epic historical battles. He even specifically said he watched the bustling, vibrant crowds navigating the streets of ancient Rome. And, perhaps the most jaw-dropping claim of the whole shebang, the narratives allege he used it to witness scenes from the life of Jesus Christ himself. The historical and cultural implications of claims like that are just staggering. Which brings us to Section 3, the Vatican conspiracy. Because naturally, this brings up a massive, unavoidable question. If a machine capable of unlocking all of human history actually existed, why hasn't it been shown to the public? Well, according to the lore, the answer is secrecy. Rumors quickly spread worldwide that the Vatican had actually intervened, confiscated the device, and just hidden it away. The prevailing theory out there was that authorities were terrified of the Chronovisor. They supposedly worried it could be used dangerously, or worse, that revealing absolute historical truths would fundamentally shatter our current understanding of history. So, conspiracy theories just exploded globally, painting this picture of the ultimate truth locked away in some dark, secret vault. Now for Section 4, the evidence collapses. Because as absolutely fascinating as these conspiracy theories are, we gotta ask, what actually happens when rigorous researchers try to verify Father Ernetti's claims?
Well, when we investigate the story, we hit a stark, undeniable contrast. On one side, you have this magnificent myth, viewing ancient Rome, witnessing key religious figures live. But on the other side, you have a harsh reality, a reality defined by absolutely zero blueprints, no hard science, and fake photos.
The crucial takeaway here is that when historians and scientists actively went searching for verifiable proof, they found literally none. The breakdown is pretty definitive. 0 technical blueprints for the Chronovisor were ever found. Not a single authenticated photograph of the physical device exists. There's a complete and total lack of peer-reviewed scientific research to even hint at how this tech could function. And, man, perhaps the most damaging blow to the whole legend, the only alleged photo produced by the Chronovisor, which was supposed to be this groundbreaking glimpse into the past, was quickly debunked. Investigators figured out it was literally just a picture of a pre-existing widely known physical statue. Ouch.
And that leads us to Section 5, Myth or Hidden Reality. Because of this overwhelming lack of physical evidence and the brutal debunking of its only visual proof, most researchers today classify the device strictly as a modern myth. It's largely seen as an elaborate piece of 20th century folklore rather than operational science.
Yet even with that scientific consensus, human fascination with the Chronovisor is incredibly resilient. It captures our imagination, right? Because it taps into that deep-seated desire we all have to know the absolute truth about where we come from. It really leaves you wondering, did a tiny misunderstood sliver of truth spark this legendary story, or is it entirely a masterpiece of rumor-fueled mythology? Is there a secret still waiting to be uncovered, or is it just a powerful reminder of how desperately we want to see our own past? Think about it. What would you want to see if that screen turned on? Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer on the incredible, enduring mystery of the Chronovisor.
Don't forget to support us by liking and subscribing to the channel and activating the bell to receive all the latest true stories and real-life secrets.